Hey, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, everyone, depending upon where you are. Welcome. Glad to have everybody here this afternoon. Well, it's afternoon for me. Some of you it's evening. Some of you it's early in the morning. But great to have you all here. Hold on. Okay. Now, neighbors' dogs were out, and I just figured I would shut the window for now. But it's nice out here. It's only about 87 degrees. Hope it's nice and toasty where you are. But we're waiting for Whiskey Nose, and we're probably going to have to do a plan B, but that's okay. No worries, no hurries. We always have a plan, and sometimes Plan B was better than Plan A. Yeah, it's just how these things roll along sometimes. But it's okay. I see that we had some people here early. I see David here early. I appreciate you being here, man. Thank you very much. Great to have you. And yes, I already have Mr. Greatshot there sitting backstage. He is ready to roll. Really appreciate you, Eric. Thank you for popping in here this afternoon, this evening where you are. Really appreciate it. Douglas, cheers. Appreciate you being here. Hey, JD. Great having you. Thanks for popping in here, saying hello to everybody, smashing that like button. Well, right now, like I said, we're just kind of waiting and seeing what happens. And I decided I haven't had since that last stream, Forgotten But Not Gone. Decided to pour a little Tomatin 12. I haven't sipped on this in a minute, but I poured that in the glass here, and I tell you what, it's nice. It's nice for the money. Mm. Hey, Josh. Cheers, man. Great having you here. Thank you. Sorry about that, everybody. I shook the camera. I smacked the table with my leg, but it happens. Anyway, so what was going on with Trev? Trying on YouTube, really, it's not Trev. It was just a YouTube thing. Him trying to get one of his Patreon streams together, and things just weren't working out for him today. That's for darn sure. But I had problems too 2 weeks ago where everything would be running fine. Then all of a sudden, boom, nothing. Everything drops. But on my end, it was looking as good as can be. I mean, I'm not picking on YouTube or anything like that because, multitude of things could have happened that caused the issue. But it does certainly get annoying. And there we go, Mr. Morgan from across the pond. Cheers, man. Hope all is well in the UK. Great having you here. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. So what's everybody starting off the night with? Afternoon, late evening, early in the AM for you? Let us know here. I'm going to bring on Mr. Greatshot since he's sitting back there, relaxing. Yep. Cheers to you, sir. Always great having you here. Thank you very much.
I didn't have any of that tomatin, so I had some Tullabarton, so I poured a little of that.
There you go.
Tullabarton, the 15-year-old.
There you go. Perfect. And I did see Mr. White. There he is. Peter, cheers. Appreciate you being here. And Nick, cheers to you. Thanks for popping in here, saying hello, smashing that like button. Really appreciate it. Hope the doc is doing well. Is she working tonight? I just love the fruit on that tomatin. It's one of those, like I said, it just got pushed in the back. Not that it's bad or anything. It just, I had so many things in front of it that it got pushed back. And then when I was just going through the shelves, I did the reorganizing. I changed this room around and I came across it a couple of times and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to have to take a sip on it. I mean, for $40. I mean, you can't see it, but that's what it was on that sticker.
Oh, yeah, not bad.
No, no. I mean, finished in or ex bourbon and finished in sherry cask. Oh yeah, this is one of those ones. You said sherry. I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, I love the sherry. That's for sure. Love it. Mm.
Yeah, I like it.
So is it nice and warm where you are?
Yeah, it's not bad. It's about 85.
Yeah, I'm 87. Let me see. Yeah, 87. We were in the 90s. 90. We were 95, 97. Was it on Friday, Saturday?
Yeah. No, excuse me. It's not going to be that long, and we'll be up there in the 90s. I think we already have been in the 90s a little bit already, like low 90s though. 90, 92, right in that range.
Ooh,
Can do.
yeah, 15.
Cheers,
I
Grandma.
actually looked at that one last night, and
There you go, James. The check
ended up
the disc.
ended up pouring the Glengoyne 18 last night. Yep. Oh, Mr. Hall. Cheers, man. Great having you here. Thank you very much for popping in here, saying hello, smashing the like button. Really great having you here. It is, it is, it is. But anyhow, excuse me. Yeah, that's a little bit of
that.
What's that?
I recently, my little light strip there, I had it
Mhm.
on the bottom of the shelf going up, and it just really didn't light bottles up very well. So I changed it and I put it up top, and now I don't know. It lights the bottles up better, but it looks kind of odd. Maybe if I just change the color on it. Oh,
Yeah, that's
different.
different. Exactly. Hey, Bourbon Baller. Cheers, man.
That was kind of better.
Appreciate you. Thanks for popping in here. Well, James, Marty's going to be late, so we don't think we're going to be doing the tasting we thought. So, like I said, that's why we're going to go to Plan B, and Plan B is just that, Plan B. We'll develop it as things go on.
If that don't work, we'll go to C.
Exactly. We'll go to C. We'll go to D. Who knows? But we're going to go. We will go. Let me grab something here real quick.
Wugenheigel. There you go. That's a pretty good summer beer. Little summer shandy. Yep, that's us. We can adapt and overcome for sure. Bourbon Baller Lee, he's drinking some Camden 12, and currently I have Tullabarton 15 in the Glen. And Marty's allowed to be joining us. He's hanging out with some golfers right now. I believe he was at the Masters today.
Golf sucks, let me tell you.
I like it. I wish I could play it better. My brother, my brother's father-in-law is a left-handed golfer, and he gave me a set of left-handed clubs. So I'm going to try that out. I've got a right-handed set of clubs, and I have a left-handed because I had borrowed his. He gave me a driver, one of his old drivers, because I'm not really a ball golf guy. I've been a disc golf guy for most of my life. Which disc golf, I throw it this way. So if you're put a club in your hand and you go to hit it, that's a left-handed club. So I got his left-handed driver and just peeled one out there a couple hundred yards. I'm like, oh well, maybe I need to play left-handed. I don't know. We'll give it a shot anyway.
So, yeah, golf sucks. I like to watch it. I just can't play it worth a darn.
Yeah,
and I don't think I've picked up a club since 2011, 2012, somewhere in there, give or take.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Bourbon Baller Lee there. Probably better off to go to the. Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Go to what is it? Top Golf. Play that.
Hey, Chris. There we go. It's morning now down under. So we got
Yep.
morning, afternoon, and evening.
Second round of coffee. Yeah, gotta have that.
Mhm.
What's up, Marty? Can you hear us?
Oh, I'm good. Y'all doing okay?
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
We're doing fine. We're just sitting here. I'm sipping on a little Tomatin 12 right now.
Good deal.
Yep. So I hear you were watching some golf.
Yeah, we were at a party there for the Masters Sunday, and I left when Rory made bogey on 18 and busted at home. And I tried to watch a little bit of it on my phone. So anyway, I saw what happened, which is crazy, but cool.
There you go. I understand that, Peter.
Thank you, Nick. I think they lost today, or they were losing. Might still be on. Let me look.
It happens. They lose once in a while.
Shit, they lose a lot here lately.
Well, hey, what can I say?
I know. We can't play for them, can we?
No, we cannot. We cannot play. That's for sure.
First, something ain't right. Are they replaying it? Yeah, it's probably a damn replay.
Oh my gosh, the nerve to play that.
Well, I knew they were down 2-0 at one point. Now this says nothing in the first. They got beat 4-1. Yeah, so go figure.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. All right.
Yep. But anywho, well, Greg more than likely is not going to be joining us, and being that we don't have the key, we're prepared to go to Plan B.
Okay.
And
I don't know.
Let me shoot him a text. Let me shoot him a text real quick. Make sure.
Oh, we already did.
Okay.
Yeah, I said he said he's got his brother over right now.
Yeah,
but maybe in a little bit.
Okay.
So I asked him, are all the samples Glen Scotia and Ardbeg? And he said negative.
Yeah, that's all right. So you can hang out for a little bit.
I said, no worries. I'm sure that I won't be able to figure it out anyway. So,
Yeah, that's right. We're not that smart, I promise.
No. 63 dropping into the 30s. Oh, yeah. No.
Nasty.
Here.
I'm done with the 30s. I don't think it's going to get 30s down here until the end of the year.
Shit.
Oh.
We've hit another cold stretch here.
Well, it looks like it. You got kind of a big coat on there, it looks like.
I got a hoodie on sitting out. I got shorts on, but I'm just preparing for when it gets dark.
I understand.
Fire table's ready right here. So
Yeah. If you have to, you'll head in. Now that's your little shelter there behind you, right?
No, that's a fence. That's just open field back here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you just can't really see. The fence stops right
now
there.
I see it. I see the light hanging. Yep.
Are you in like a little canopy thing or something?
Yeah, I'm in a canopy. It's got a hard top and a fan that I can sit these sides up. Yeah.
Seattle weather is extremely peculiar and different. Careful there, Marty. Don't burn yourself.
Don't you worry.
Well, I worry. Because it'll be live, you whooping and hollering.
If I burn myself, I don't deserve to smoke it. Right?
Yep.
Well, I guess I'll pour a little A here and see what we got.
Yeah, heck, we might as well. Excuse me. These things have been sitting around for a while now, so
yeah.
Well, they gotta opened up nice.
Well, not in that little Glen, not in this little bottle.
I'm kidding.
It took me a little while to get all that, whatever that tape was he put on there.
What? I forgot about that until just a moment ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, Greg seals these things up like.
And just to leave them on your front porch, what a guy.
I'm telling you. Well, he doesn't want a drop of this juice to evaporate.
Right.
Yeah, so I understand. But yeah, I did forget until I was just before you said something, Mark. I was looking down and went, oh, yeah, I forgot to take that stuff off.
Yeah. I'm actually going to go ahead and just pour a little bit of each one of these to let them get a little air.
Oh, let them get a little air. I'm sure the bottles that they came out of, they had a little air time. Oops,
Very
don't worry
possible.
about that. It's good. Nothing spilled.
Knob Creek store pick tonight. Yeah, buddy.
Who's doing that? Bourbon Baller?
Bourbon Baller.
Hell yeah. I need to drink more of those. I've got 5 or 6 of them, and I never go to them. I need to get them out of the box. That's what I need to do.
Hmm. I've only got one Knob Creek now. It's the 12-year.
Can't beat it.
I like that one. That's a good bottle.
Yeah, agree.
I like it a lot better than I do the 9-year.
Really?
I blinded it years back, and it beat the 15.
Really?
Yep, sure did.
You know, the
I can
18 was good, but I didn't think it was worth the money that they were originally asking.
No, they proofed it down.
Yeah. I mean, it was good, but it just,
But you know, the other side of that, me and Jason have talked about on stream before. The other side about them proofing it down is if they didn't proof it down and you found it, it'd be $400.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a double-edged sword. Either take it or don't, you know.
yeah. Yeah. But it just, like I said, it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
It just, you know, maybe my expectations were high. You know what I'm saying?
It had great
And
notes of wood and nutty and all that, but it just had
it had
really
the
lacked
profile.
finish. It just lacked the finish.
It had the profile. There's no doubt about it. It had the profile. That I will give it. But
Yeah.
it just wasn't where I thought it was going to be. That's
Yeah.
all. So,
Sure.
like I said, my expectations might have been a little high. So I mean, like I said, I wouldn't turn it down. I wouldn't turn it. Hey, Darrell. Cheers, man. Appreciate you.
He's got a little Campbelltown nose for me for some reason.
Oh, Campbelltown Funk. Is that what you're saying? Campbelltown Funk? Hold
I
on.
don't know if it's funk. It's just fruity.
Yeah, fruity for sure.
Maybe not be Campbelltown now that I say the fruity.
Hold on. I got to grab something here.
I
hate to stand up and turn my back to people.
What do you think, Mark? I like a nose on it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's real good.
Not going to be real proof. You don't smell like.
No, I don't think so either. Maybe 86, 80 something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, why isn't that listening?
Oh, wow, that's good. Oh. Anthony kicked himself off the stream.
Well, I hit the button on the mouse and yep, that's what will happen. All right, so let's look at A here a little bit.
A little spicy now. Whew, that's good.
Okay, yeah. This got a little of that Campbelltown nose on it, but there's definitely some pear, honey, and maybe like a dark fruit, stone fruit. It's definitely a warm nose. In other words, like it definitely like a stewed fruit, prunes. Yeah, it's not a
pears.
Yeah, well, definitely pears, honey. I'm not getting a whiff of peat at all.
No, I agree.
Now, this is A, and we have no clue because the person that knows is entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine. We'll do our guess and enjoy and talk to Greg later.
Mm.
I like the nose on it.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is like a
pear citrus bomb.
It comes across in a palate like that too.
Yeah, that's special. That's a special bottle, I promise. With that pear note kicking like it does, and a little bit of spice
Get
at
out.
the end. That's something. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's nothing to shake your head at. That's a special pour. I promise.
A nice finish on it too.
Yeah, that's really really good. I don't think it's a
Kieran,
Kilkenny.
no, that, most of the Kilkerran I've had is, it's not that. I don't think it might be.
No
And
peat
I
in
only
this.
have one, and it's a heavily peated
Yeah,
Kilkerran.
there's
So.
no peat in this one.
43, maybe 46 ABV.
Yeah, I agree
It's
with
not
that.
40.
Yeah.
I might go 46. I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, I'd say about, like Marty said, about 86 proof, or right in that range. And then I'm kind of leaning toward like a compass box or something.
Nah. I mean, maybe, but no. There's something on the finish, particularly on the retro hail.
Chris Taz, I'm close to Austin. I'm actually closer to Bastrop, so a little bit east of Austin.
I'm sure it's not clove, but it's like a baking spice finish. And you're right, it's got some spice on the palate.
Mm-hmm.
It's a sweet fruit like pie kind of thing. It's not really vanilla by any means. It's
But it is
like
more
a
of
custard, maybe a pear
it
pear
is
something.
a custard. It's a thick. There's a thickness to it.
I love it. Whatever it is, Mark and Anthony, I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I could bottle. That's a easy sipper right there to get you in trouble.
Yep.
I don't know why, but I'm still. I know we're all kind of in agreement it's not Kilkerran, but boy, it's got that, to me, a Campbelltown-esque on the retro hail.
You know what this reminds me of, Mark? Kind of like in Glen Scotia that Irene Tan me and you've got.
Oh yeah.
Uh-oh. We'll find out now.
No, you won't, because he's got to find it.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, I'm kind of a little bit limited in time. I got to find out where I even wrote this shit down.
He probably wrote it on the Kleenex and blew his nose, threw it away.
What are y'all drinking? Which one?
A, an apple. Yeah.
I thought we're loving the hell out of A, Greg. We're not even touching nothing else yet, so we've got plenty of time. We think it's a Glen Scotia pick. I'm just kidding. We don't know.
Oh, nice, Chris.
I don't know if I'd say Glen Scotia, but damn it, that could be a contender. I'm still going towards like a Kilkerran. The more and more I sip it, because that pear, that honey, that
would there not be
custard.
peat there?
Light. I mean, but say like this is the only Kilkerran that I've got,
Mhm.
and it's the heavily peated one, so it's not even close to that.
No, and
I don't get that much pear note on a Kilkerran as I do on this one.
Yeah, this is something.
I got to find out. I have a picture of it. I don't even remember when I sent it.
Oh, awesome, Chris. I'd look forward to it.
I'm gonna go ahead and pour B to get it started, just to let it.
I got B sitting in the glass already.
Okay,
Yep,
I'm gonna
me
do
too.
just a little bit. It's darker for sure.
Oh yeah. I may have a little sherry, in that one.
Hey, when did I send you these? I got to try to find a picture date.
Well, this is the second round, so that's not been terribly long.
I'd say
Actually,
a month.
yeah.
No, it's been
Maybe.
probably about 2 months.
Yeah.
If I was upstairs, I could get up and look at the box.
Gotcha, Chris.
I'm thinking around. Let me hold on.
Oh, there's my messages. Let's see. February 28th, March 1st, somewhere in there.
That sounds about right.
Yeah. Because I'm looking at the.
Yes. Sorry, Gunderstruck.
I got it.
No, I. It's funny you said it. I was kind of in my head, JD, not Loch Lomond. Not Loch Lomond. But there's just this warm baking spice, and it's not clove, but that's what I'm leaning towards.
I'll give you a hint. It's Isla.
No.
Bloody?
That ain't the right key.
I said I'd give you one hint, Mark, not two hints.
Okay, then. I'm going to call it an Isla Barley from Brooklotti. One of those.
I think you're exactly right.
It's lovely, though.
2022.
Yeah, I think it may be older than that.
I got to read my notes here. I don't even know myself. What do you think the proof on it is?
I think Marty and I are hitting about 86 or so. So 86. 43. About 43 ABV.
No, I'm north of that.
Oh, bullshit. That's what you said a second ago, and you saw Greg
46. I said 43, 46. I said
I know you did. You did
46. But
I don't think it's hot. I think it's spicy.
It's spicy. Yeah.
Do you agree with that, Anthony? I think it's spicy.
It is definitely spicy. Yeah. On the finish, it's definitely spicy. And but it just has this little bit of a Campbelltown type of a note on the back, and he says it's Isla, and I'm like, I don't get.
Got you, bourbon engineer.
I don't get anything that to me that would resemble an Isla, but maybe there's just a slight touch of smoke on that, and that's that little funk I'm getting. And being that he said it's
the tasting notes here. Let me find it here. I usually have it prepared, but we're on kind of a late notice.
It's not a Balmore because I don't think it's dark enough to be anything like that. I think I think Mark might have nailed it with the Brooklotti Isla Barley or something like that. I think this is Isla Barley. That's what I'm sticking with. I remember how sweet the one I have upstairs is, and I think that's what I'm shooting with.
Here's a review from Words of Whiskey. The nose is touches of raspberry, sliver of butter and peanuts, touches of vanilla pastry, as well as some almonds.
Okay, I can see that.
And then
I can see the pastry, but I don't see.
I can see the pastry. I didn't get the berry
on there.
More of a custard on the palate, so I got the vanilla. I mean, I can see where that came from.
We can go with that, Anthony. Yeah, I like that.
Palate, nutty barley husks, roasted peanut, oak spice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
a little bit of bitter coffee notes, and a little bit of coastal in it.
There was a little, but boy, I had to really go for that.
Yeah,
but I can now think maybe that funk would have been a slight on that coffee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm sorry, I don't get any of that nutty note that they're talking about. Are you getting any of that nutty note though?
A little bit of that almond.
Okay.
Yeah.
Letting that custard.
But the custard, would explain the vanilla.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I figured it was a bourbon cask.
Yeah, it's got wood notes. It does. But it's not.
Oh yeah,
It's not. It's not dominant by any means.
I don't think it's like a 55 ABV, but 46 I'd go. I mean,
Are
it's
you
high.
sure?
No, I said, I can bump it up a notch. When I say a notch, maybe
It might be 92,
52,
96.
maybe 52 ABV, but
This one's very
Deceiving.
the ABV on this is very disguised.
Mm.
So are
Yeah,
we
well-
tasting, Greg, do you think we're tasting ABV or are we tasting spice on the
You're probably
finish? Because I
tasting-
thought I was tasting spice.
Probably spice, but there is some good ABV to it.
Okay, so it's
I'll
probably
say
at least
this.
50 ABV.
I really didn't get a young note on this.
Mm.
I don't know
Peated
why, but I'm
peated
hinting
or
it might be
unpeated?
an NAS.
Or is that peated or unpeated?
I didn't really catch peat, but when you said Isla,
Well, remember,
It-
not
it
all
got me.
Isla's peated.
it got
Yeah,
me
but not-
going. Yeah, correct. But then you said coffee, and I go, okay, I can agree with that because there is a note that I got that I couldn't quite explain. I kept saying it's like a Campbelltown funk, but it's not quite that. And it's what kept me leaning towards Kilkerran.
All right, and an age statement. Like I said, it ain't scoring, but we're just
I
shits and giggles.
Mm.
I'm gonna say it's less than 12 or less, but I called it an NAS earlier.
Marty,
I don't know. To be honest, I'm not going to throw one out there and be. I think this could be 96 to 102 proof. That's where I'm at on the proof. I love it. And I think, you know what, Greg? For some reason, I think I've had this from you before.
I'd say 8.
you got 8.
Oh, are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about age?
Mm-hmm.
I'd say 6. No.
How dare you say I'd send you 8-year-old whiskey?
I'm gonna say it's a, well.
You're
If I
at the
say
distribution
12
list,
to 15, that throws Isla Barley out.
You're
Doesn't
okay. This one I really like this when I first tried it. It's very deceptive. You want the reveal?
Yeah, we've been busting our ass. For
Yeah,
35
everybody's
minutes
waiting.
on this damn thing.
This is the 2024 Kalila unpeated 11-year special release from Diageo,
11-year.
and it's 57.3% ABV.
Wow.
What is the ABV again?
57.3.
Oh hell no, I wouldn't have gotten
Wow. I would never have caught that. 57. No.
I just
stopped at
Not
102.
drink that hot. That's probably where we're getting that spice from, is the extra proof on it.
Wow.
Yeah,
When I don't know if I had an unpeated Kalila before that, and it's very deceptive. It goes down really, really easy.
Yeah, it wasn't. Well, like I said, I really thought NAS, and I said I don't think I'd go over 12 years, but I was kind of sticking with that NAS at maybe 6 years.
Yeah.
Old 7 years. Mark said 8, and he was like, "Nah, not an 8."
Yeah.
But
I mean, they're overpriced. They jacked up the prices on them, but I will give them one thing. I've tried a few of them this year, and a good bit of the 2024s are pretty good from Diageo. The special releases.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried like 3 of them, I believe, maybe 4, and they've all been pretty good. A little bit overpriced, especially the Lagavulin, but they are
Yeah.
good. They are good.
Yeah, the only koala I've got was an Irene Tan pick, and it's really good, but it's got some peak to it. Well, that was cool. Let's see here.
yeah, that was interesting.
I've seen that, Greg. I've seen that one. Yeah, you're right. It is. I've seen that. It's pricey.
Yeah, I think this one's like in North Carolina. It's maybe a $1.30, Marty, something like that.
Yeah. Maybe I can.
But yeah, like I said, that's what that. Yeah, that's it.
Koala 11. Yeah, mine, the koala I have is 12. But like I said, it's a pick.
Yep. So like I said, I'm okay with what I said.
And when you said that you smelled peat when you first opened the box, that was not one of them. I mean,
Yeah, no, I didn't smell any. Oh yeah. Okay, I remember what you're talking about now. It's like, yeah, no, I didn't open the box. No, I know what you're talking about.
that was not contributing to what you smelled when you had that hand
Yeah.
delivery.
But so, like I said, well, I wasn't. Like I said, the year I was off, I'll give myself 6 on that. But I knew couldn't have been over 12. I didn't think it'd be anything older than that. But I didn't
Let me
that
let me
at
answer.
all because it really did for me. I've got some Kalila here, and that's not what I remember it tasting like.
I'll be right back. I'll be right
Most
back.
of them, I mean, they don't have that in your face peat. The ones that I've tried, Anthony. I mean, it's peated, you can tell, but it's not like a 2x4, like a Ardbeg
Yeah.
or a Freud to the face type of a peat, or
Mhm.
something like that, or an Octomore. But yeah, the ones I've tried, I've had a couple. I think this one, there was a couple other ones I think I've got of the special releases.
Here's input.
And then what's it? Potomac Wine and Spirits got a couple bottles from Jack Rose's that they released. One was a Kalila, and one was it's a single barrel Kalila, and one was a single barrel Kleinlich at cast strength. I don't know if I sent you any of that or not.
All I know is this was an extremely interesting little pour there.
I'll tell you what, you could sit down with this baby and put a pretty good dent in that bottle on an evening because it goes down pretty good.
Yeah.
It does.
It goes down a lot smoother than the proof is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, yes. At 57, there's no way I would have guessed that.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was a stretch to get me to 50 or a little bit more. But
yeah,
the spice is what was making me second and third guess. But then I was like, well, oaky from the barrel, that could be playing in there. I mean, there was some variables in there that I was teetering on the fence on that.
Yeah, this is one where you ain't feeling it until about that 4th or 5th dram, and then you're like, oh, I'm drinking 50%. I'm drinking 57% ABV.
Yeah. But I will say this: that's the first time I really got a good coffee note like that, because I could get that on the retro hail. Hey, cheers, 210. Great having you here, man. Hope you're doing well. Cheers, Ben. Thought I seen Whiskey Uncensored popping up there. I was like, trying to watch chat in this. Let me get. I got B in the glass. I got C. I got the tape off. It took me a minute to get it off of that one. So B. Oh,
I'm getting some sherry note on B. Sherry barrel.
I'll give you that. There's some sweetness right on the nose.
God, there's candy caramel all over this one from that barrel.
Man. It smells a little fruity too.
Greg's sending more bullshit our way. Here he goes.
I gotta get rid of I gotta give my drain pour liquor to somebody.
That's right, man.
No one's going to argue that, Ben.
Oh.
Now this has a nice warm nose also, like the other one did.
Yeah. Some pretty good legs to it as well.
This one's an NAS, so I will give you that hint.
From the color alone, I would say it's fairly old.
It's a damn hell. It's got a bourbon barrel taste, but it's sherry in it. Did you try it, Mark? Have you tasted it yet?
Yeah.
You think
Sweet.
it's sherry?
I haven't.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well,
I think it's both. I think it's bourbon and sherry barrel.
You get that too? I do too.
A lot of the sweetness from the bourbon barrel. Proofy though.
It's good.
It's definitely over 100.
Yeah.
So
Very good, Mark.
on the nose, definitely nice malty sweetness. Dark fruits like a stone fruit.
Here's what I'm reading on the thing. Biscuits, ripe bananas, a hint of pepper.
I don't see the banana, but oh, wait a minute. If it's might be a little bit there, but
I get a lot. I'm getting the black pepper now on the nose.
Not? Wow.
You're not?
What else am there? They're saying some chocolate, a hint of butterscotch, a slight aniseed note, some cocoa and chocolate on the palate, dark coffee, like a liquid dessert, they're calling it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what?
That chocolate coffee, desserty, sweet finish.
There's some peat in that.
You think?
Yep.
What else? Someone else. Peppery, lemon zest, sultanas, pear drops, chocolate, some orange oil on the palate, a nice long finish, well spiced with pepper and cinnamon.
Pepper I can get, cinnamon not so much.
I don't get the cinnamon. I got the chocolate, little coffee. I got that.
Mm-hmm.
It's very rich on the palate. It's thick.
Gotcha.
Almost. I mean, I know it's a whiskey, but there's some good viscosity to it, or heft. It's warming and sweet on the palate.
Greg, I got to try that Euphoria today.
You like it?
I love it. It's fruity, very nice.
I think it's kind of like that's like the barbecue. That's really worth the money. That was it, like
I agree.
84.
It's funny. Players Retreat had it behind the bar, and we were up there for the Masters party. And I said, Joe, is that the new Euphoria? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, you gonna try it? And I said, yeah. And he poured me some, and hell, the bottle was half gone. I didn't even know it was back there.
I'll look around and see if I see some.
I'm gonna say there isn't any peat on this, because I'm not catching anything that's a telltale sign of it. But I'm letting it develop on the palate here now, and seeing. I now got the zest on the finish, the way it's rolling in there.
All right, Tats.
All right, Chris.
Tim,
but yeah, I can get that on the palate.
Okay.
Man, I like that.
Yeah, you're definitely all. You know
what's funny? It's just a tad drying on the finish. It's not terrible, but maybe it's the zest that coming through as the finish finally develops and then subsides.
Yeah, y'all are on point with the sherry, so you're right there.
Oh, I got that right on the nose.
Yeah,
but is it a first fill bourbon cask?
Negative.
Damn, Mark. Huh. Me and you thought it was bourbon influence.
Yeah.
First fill sherry and refill casks.
Okay.
Ooh.
Any refilled sherry cask? Any guess on the ABV or proof?
Hang on.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to go like at maybe 52.
That's about right. I'd say at least 50.
I'm just gonna Bob Barker 110. Go high.
I'm gonna guess 100. 50 ABV.
What you got?
The ABV on this is 59.1.
Oh,
118.
come on.
Really? 59.
Well, I'll be a prisoner in a Turkish prison. I don't get any of that.
No.
No, I'm not. It's not. That's not coming across that much.
Well, it was when it was in the bottle, but I watered it down before I said it.
Thank you.
You know,
You know what? We ought to do a blend of Geddon with Scotch.
Good.
Jay, you know what?
does anybody have any good Scotch? I don't.
Mm-mm.
You know what? It
I don't know.
really does not drink like 59 ABV.
I think when I tell you the name, you'll
18.
maybe give you a little bit of an insight to that. But yeah, I think they're predominantly a sherry cask distiller. You know,
It's not a Balmore, is it?
No, is it an Alexander Murray?
Mm-mm.
Okay. I didn't know if it was an independent.
It's not an indie bottle. It's a name, and it's not like a typical shelfer that you see coming out. It's like an annual release type thing.
Oh,
It's not like a core release.
Glen Farkless 10-year.
It's a core release, but it's only done once a year. So let's kind of put it that way.
like a
Now that's an interesting guess.
release
Mark.
style,
Mm-hmm.
something like that.
Let me do a little screen capture for y'all when we get
Not
time for the
Farkless,
reveal.
that's not what I'm saying. Glen,
Beanie? No.
No Belvini. This does not have that Belvini taste.
No, you can rule that out. It's not a Belvini.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I can't hazard a bottle guess on that one. I don't really know.
Has anybody guessed any bottle right so far?
No.
No, we usually don't. So we don't
know
want to
what?
break our streak.
The first one that guesses the bottle right, I will have to send a special sample to. There's a consolation prize.
Well, I guess we're not
What
getting
the
it.
age state? Did you say it's non-age stated, Greg?
Yeah,
Correct.
I don't think it has an
Well,
age.
then that's
stamp.
not what I was thinking, because I was thinking it was a 10-year. Shit. The one Alan always does every
Hey,
year.
Donald Rance. Whiskey Yoda in the chat.
Evening, sir.
All right, you ready to figure out what it is?
Yeah.
All right, I'm getting ready to bombs away and send you a picture here, a little screen capture.
Okay.
There we go.
You son of a bitch.
Are you kidding me?
Nope. That's
I was
Glen
drinking Glengoyne.
Cast Strength Batch 5.
I'm going.
That does not taste like the 18.
No,
Not at all.
I've got a couple of cast strengths. They're really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Glengoyne, NAS. Yeah, I was drinking the 18 last night, and this certainly did not come off like that. Wow.
Yes, James. That's what I was trying to. Yes, but yeah.
I think when the 18 is going to have a little bit of age in the barrel and the oak and everything, but this being a cast strength, this makes up for the age with just the intensity of the flavors and stuff like that in it.
Oh, yeah.
It's good. I like it.
This was that. Yeah, that threw me. I would not have guessed that. As a matter of fact, I really didn't have a clue on a distiller.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this comes out every year, and I'm thinking this is probably, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago when they released this. I probably got it off auction or something like that before everybody started even now buying a Scotch. It used to be on the auctions like Unicorn or something. People would just stick to the bourbon. Now
Yeah.
they're buying, even the Scotch has gotten to the point where it's goofy prices. You know, you could sneak away with a nice Scotch bottle under the radar pretty cheap, but they're buying it all now. I'm not sure who's doing it, but somebody is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Peter White, we can tell you that batch 5 is quite tasty, and you should pop the top on that thing too.
Yeah.
Does he have one? Yeah, go with that. That's a good one.
It's because you got a 4 open and the 5 is still hasn't popped the top on it. Yeah, obviously now I'm going to be looking for that bottle if I can find one.
Yeah, that really threw me there. Wow, Glengoyne.
Or batch 6 or 7, whichever they're coming out with now. I don't know.
You know, that was, I think, from 4 years ago, Mark. So you're probably it's probably around 7 or 8 now. I don't know. I have to look.
Gotcha.
Wow.
All right,
59 though. That's the tough one. Like,
wow.
There's
There's a little Pete.
There you go. Thank you. I didn't want to be the first.
I'm already liking this one.
Oh, you on number?
I haven't even looked yet.
Letter C?
We're on letter C now.
We'll wait on Anthony.
Oh yeah. This is Petey.
No,
Yeah, I like it.
you all
I'm
should
getting
be pretty close on this one. You should be. I'm a pretty good guess on this.
I'm getting some custard.
Some Pete, some
Custard.
ocean,
Oh yeah, there's definitely some C on this one.
a little salt water in there.
Oban, maybe.
Open? Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of leaning toward the Chegg.
The Chegg.
I'm kind of leaning that way.
Maybe a little.
An odor of the Chegg
Maybe a little Tamdow. No.
can do. Yeah, possibly Scarabus. Maybe.
I don't know if Tamdu does Tam. I'm not even sure Tamdu does anything, Pete. It may be an indie bottle.
I do.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, I know I am. But I would go with the brine and the smoke.
Wow.
Almost, it's striking me of it like an Oban.
Nice, James. He said that it's got the Glengoyne batch 10, 59.5
So they're
ABV.
they're up to 10 already.
Yeah. And for 77. That's not bad.
I thought they'd put that out like once a year, the cast strength.
Yeah.
It's not like core range like a 12 or 15 or 18, 21, but it's once a year, and I'm not sure when they release it.
I'm not sure. Oh, that's really good and fruity too.
Yeah.
Wow. Got peat on the nose, but not so much on the palate. Really fruity, sweet. That's a whiskey I can get behind right there.
That might be my favorite so far.
I mean, I'm pretty safe in saying that all of you have drank something from this distillery. I'm almost 99.9% sure that you drank something.
This has a sweet, silky peat on the palate.
It's not.
The peat is definitely not overpowering whatsoever.
No, it's not. Maybe possibly Lefroy in a different cask.
Uh-oh.
Let me say this.
I'm not
Craig.
getting the. I'm not getting the bigger. No medicinal notes to me to be Lefroy.
Well, I mean, I've had some weird Lefroy's, like Elements and a few other ones that don't get that medicinal note.
Well, yeah, you're right.
Especially like in if they're finished in something weird, like a tequila barrel or something like that. You can come up with some weird.
I don't.
Could there be sherry on this?
I think this is all ex-bourbon.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what it says.
All right. I do get the oak, but I thought there I was getting a reminiscent note of maybe a little sherry, maybe even like a second refill, but okay.
Greg,
So,
if I say 115, am I in the wheelhouse at all on proof?
You're almost dead on.
Kill home and cast strength.
All right. Marty is in with, how about an age?
that's good.
Oh, shit.
Good guess. I like that. I'd say what, 10.
All right. Marty?
I don't know.
Although they've got going down some older stuff now.
I'd say at least 12.
10 to 12, yeah.
I don't think it's a 12. I'm getting a little, but again,
A little light bite to it.
well, a little citrus on the finish. So as everything is finishing, I'm just sitting here and letting it just be. And however, it's
That's
not
lovely. I love that.
strong. It's not strong to make me go, tastes a little young, tastes a little young. However,
I'm
I
gonna
would
need to
go
report
8.
that one.
I'd go maybe 8 years.
I could see that. I'm just, that was just a blind guess, to be
I
honest.
think we're all in agreement that it is peated, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can come to a consensus on that.
I wonder what a drop of water would do to
It's
it.
creamy.
I
So-
bet it would be good, Mark.
There is some like a lemony, citrusy zest on the finish.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very, very much. Yes,
This-
I agree with that.
There's some spice that rolls in, but it doesn't grab my sides of the tongue. It stays in the middle and works its way up. The peat is not heavy in any way, shape, or
No,
form.
it's right. It's just right. I agree.
It's, well, I will say this. You said right, but
Hmm.
I'm going to say it's a bright.
Yeah,
taste
campfire,
on my
campfire-ish.
It's
I
a
think it's
bright
good enough.
taste. It's, I don't want to say crisp, but
I'm afraid if I say I'm picking parts out of some of these reviews, and lemon and citrus is in some of the reviews. I don't want to say a word, but then you can say
correct.
it is.
And that's why I said I'm just sitting here and letting this finish develop. Well,
Did they say anything about chocolate? I'm catching a little like cacao or chocolate note on this too.
Let me see what else it wouldn't give it away. Lemon, citrus, a little bit of chard on it. They're calling for.
I'm getting a vanilla caramel. Sorry.
Man,
That might have
I
been.
like
Indian.
Let me say this. On that sip, I got some alcohol on that one. So I can go with Marty at around 115.
Vanilla, that's in there. Maybe some chocolate.
I would probably even take it a tad higher to maybe 120 on the proof, but I don't think I can go over that. But that last sip I got there
There's a
was something.
licorice.
Let me
There's a
clean my
licorice
palate.
something. There's a licorice tang or something to it now.
Yeah,
Okay.
some of them had licorice on it, Marty. Like I said, I'm trying to be selective because if I throw out the wrong word or two, you're going to know what it is.
No, that's fine. I on the finish after the pepper kicks, I get that little licorice tang.
Definitely like a custard, a vanilla caramel
Mm-hmm.
on the palate. I'm keeping the citrus note. I'm
Man,
Some people got there's a little bit of like the smoke. You got a little bit of honey, vanilla, citrus,
absolutely.
the malt.
That's like
yep, the malt for sure.
almost on all of them. The malt is absolutely there. It's bready.
A nice finish to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a shortbread cookie too, with covered in chocolate.
Yeah. I didn't quite get the chocolate, but I'm not going to deny it.
Then
I added a few drops of water to mine.
I was gonna say, did you put a couple of drops in there? That
I did not. I finished
I
my
did.
bit off because I just wanted to taste it neat and allow this flavor to keep coming back.
So you're getting it now, Mark, the chocolate after the water?
Yeah, after a couple drops of water, it kind of brought out that chocolatey, slightly
Okay.
coffee note to it. Man, that's good. I like that. I agree with you. It's well over 100 proof, though. It's got to be like
it's north of
110-ish, easy.
So,
all righty, I'll give you the reveal.
Okay.
Here we go.
Oban?
Huh?
Oban?
Okay, yeah, just everybody give it a name. Like I said, we're not scoring anything. Marty or Anthony's going with Oban. Mark, you'd say Lecheg?
That's what I thought at first. I'm kind of leaning toward a weird Ardbeg cask now.
Marty?
I said Kilholm and Cask Strength.
Yeah, I kind of like his idea too, though.
All right, I just sent you the answer.
A Lefroy 10 cask strength?
That's
really? Figures. Wow. I told you some of that Lefroy, you put it in weird cask and it covers up at a medicinal Band-Aidy iodine note, you know?
According to Whiskey Base, this is all ex-bourbon, right, Anthony? Ain't that what it's saying on there?
Yeah, I'm looking at it, but I did not get your Lefroy.
57.
That was not Lefroy.
Marty said 115. I think it's almost 116, 115.8, something like that.
Yeah, I knew.
Yeah. 10-year-old, huh? Gee.
Well, at least 10. We don't know,
It could be 10 and a half,
11
and 3/4.
Yeah, there could be 10 to 12 year in the blend. Who knows?
Yep. All right.
Holy smokes. No way would I have got that as Lefroy. I'm sorry.
I thought you would have picked up on the Band-Aids and hate.
It does not come across as Band-Aids and hate, for sure.
No. Not at all. Nothing. Like nothing.
D.
And
D is the next one.
The big D.
All right, let's go into that one.
Damn.
Well, the consolation prize is still out there. Nobody's guessed the right bottle yet.
That one was the doozy. That one, holy smokes.
Oh, man.
Wow.
It's like straight up candy. Maybe a little peat in there.
Cheers, Mike.
It's awful light. Man, that's real light.
Hey, Mike, do you see any Bowman in your area? The Bowman small batch is basically Buffalo Trace Blanton's.
And I will say this. Four Roses, Buffalo Trace, to me, it's like this. Just might as well pull the bottles as far apart as you can go. But everybody's palate's different. But yeah, I wouldn't.
Lord, what a palate on this one.
Now on the nose, I'm not getting any peats. I don't see anything yet. I'm just.
Well, it's
like candied pears.
I think it's slightly peated, Anthony. I'm just going to tell you on the nose. Do you get a little bit at all?
I do.
I don't get it, but I will say this. It's light on the nose. It's not peaty. It's fruity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's sweet, fruity.
There's no real ethanol on the nose.
I want to say Highland, maybe.
Maybe Speyside.
I suppose Speyside, yeah.
I'm not getting the peat yet, but
you getting a bourbon or a sherry cask on it?
I'm getting sweet, but I'm getting a little pepper on the nose, so I'm not sure yet to go to bourbon cask. But
Okay.
it could be bourbon and finished in sherry.
Hmm.
I am not sure on that one.
How about an age statement?
I'm thinking younger, but from the finish though, it can't be real young.
Hey, Mike, cheers.
Comes across on the tongue with that
Is,
kind of bright,
is Eric standing in tonight? Did
Bernie.
you get a confirmation?
Oh, cheers, John Kranz. Thanks, dog. Cheers, brother. And get me a little water palate cleanser here. Go back.
Hey, Mikey. Sorry, buddy.
Cheers, John. So yeah, it's peated.
Yeah, it's got a little peaty. That's why I'm leaning toward the Highlands.
Yeah.
Wow. This is.
Where'd it go?
I did not get peat on the nose. I
Have
did
you
not.
tried it? Have you tasted it yet, Anthony?
I
or
did.
no?
Boy, I'm tasting it. Yeah, I got the peat. As soon as I put it on the palate, it was boom right there. It was peat. Mm-hmm.
That's crushable too, man. I'm just saying.
That's another
Look at Greg's face. He said, "Yeah, this some bitch is good."
It's definitely over 100 proof.
Yeah. What'd you say, Mark?
That's definitely over 100 proof.
Cheers to Frankie, Mike, and hope she's doing better, man. Here's to Frankie.
It's Mike now who we need to be on the men's.
Oh, sinus
Let me
infection.
know
Good.
if Eric is going on for Livewire. I didn't see anything prior to I started my stream.
I didn't either, so I didn't know.
They're saying
Well, I was looking.
Here's one review. Nose, bread crust, coconut and vanilla, seawater, lemon, grapefruit, some lime peel, with a drop of olive brine.
I can see that.
Well,
And on the
I know
palate,
about olive brine, but
Mhm.
the lemon, yes. The essence of the sea, yes, on the nose.
Yep.
But the palate, yes, on the zest, like the citrusy part. There's no doubt there. The peat, but the peat is just a real backseater on the peat.
Real,
yeah,
yeah,
it's
real light
Maybe,
on the
maybe even in the trunk. I mean, that's how.
It's there.
Yeah, it's
I checked
there.
it on the nose.
Hey, Anthony, we can start calling that. We can start calling that TP, trunk Pete.
Yeah, trunk peat. I like that. Trunk peat.
TP, Beavis.
Yeah,
a little junk in the trunk.
Yeah,
Okay.
man.
Exactly. Junk in the trunk. But yeah, the peat is not anything spectacular. It's not bad.
It's not as normally as in your face on the peat as you'd normally associate with this particular distillery. And they're calling for it on a palate. One of these reviews is light honey vanilla.
Yep.
A little more sweetness than I expected out of this. Black pepper.
Yes.
I know what
Because on the nose,
Black
Greg.
pepper, iodine, hints of roasted coffee beans, smoked kippers, and tobacco at the end.
Smoked kippers? No.
I never had smoked
Okay.
kippers. I don't know what it is.
But almost everything else you said in the beginning there, I was picking up on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
But the palate was like a 180 because I wasn't pulling peat on the nose. No matter what I did, I wasn't pulling peat on the nose.
You know what?
But as soon as, what is that?
I was on my best behavior. I didn't do any jokes about getting your kipper smoked.
Hey, That's very unusual, but yeah, this is
Okay. John Cranston, he said he got the peaty padonkadonk in there.
There you go.
Greg, is 117 proof too much?
Nippers mustard sauce.
You're,
Nippers are like a sausage.
you're a point or two off. Maybe a point and a half.
well, Marty's good on the peat because I was going about 55, 53
on the ABV.
Yeah, I knew it was up there, but
Is
I
it
wasn't
sherry
sure
influence,
if I-
Greg?
Nope.
It's not.
57.4 on the ABV.
holy shit.
No sherry, Marty. It's first fill and refill bourbon.
Okay.
Hang on a minute. First fill.
First
Hey.
fill bourbon, huh? Wow.
Can you give us a region-ish?
It's one of the 5 main ones.
All right, then. I'm going to throw out Octomore just for the heck of it.
It's not, I can't see this being an Octomore. No way.
Hey, I got a 15.3 up there. It's supposed to be the heaviest peated thing in the world and does not come
Well,
across.
that's true. Me too. I got the 15.3. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's what? 500 some odd,
307 and change.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I can't say this is an Octomore, be honest with you. I'm going to say no on that. But because this certainly does not taste like it to me. But after the other ones, it could have.
Region of rain and sheep. True that. Lots of rain, sheep and goats everywhere. Those fuzzy little cows. Well, I can tell you that I have liked every single pour so far.
Every pour has been phenomenal. Every pour has been phenomenal. That Lefroy is the one that set me back on my heels because I was like, there's no way this is Lefroy.
Exactly.
There was nothing there that tipped me off that it was a Lefroy.
It's not your Lefroy 10 by any means.
Nothing.
And I'm going to send it to you here in a few seconds, but knowing your affection for this particular distiller, Anthony, you're going to be surprised by this as well.
Lagavulin or Glen Scotia?
I just said
Ardbeg.
No.
Ardbeg? Yeah, I like Ardbeg too.
I would go for the log. If you were asking me, I'd go for Lagavulin.
Lagavulin 12.
It's the 2024 Lagavulin 12.
Natural
Holy
cask
crap.
strength. Yep, that makes sense, Greg, because I can feel
let me
that on
say
the
this.
palate.
I feel good.
Nice.
I feel good that I picked Lagavulin. I was like, I would go for log, but I wasn't even there until you brought it up. And I said log, and then you sent the text, and I looked over and went, holy
James
shit.
Morgan in chat guessed it.
Holy shit.
He said Lagavulin.
You were
I
this
mean, I
close
guessed
to-
it, but if it wasn't said, oh, this is the 2024 release. Okay.
Yeah.
Fireside Tales.
Wow. That is not what I would have expected.
No,
That
they
is
said
not.
that in the reviews, it's not like as peaty as you'd normally associate with a Lagavulin.
No, not at all. But
I
like
mean,
I said, when
kind
you
of
said Lagavulin, that struck a chord. And I'm like, yes, but in my mind, absolutely not. And then you sent the text 2 seconds later. It's like, holy shit. And Mark's like, oh my God, it is Lagavulin.
I think you're getting the lemon and the citrus and maybe the custard you'd get from a bourbon Lagavulin,
Mm-hmm.
but the peat's not as
No.
It's there, but
It's there. It is there. But if you'd have said this was Lagavulin before I did this, I'd have been like, bullshit. Bullshit. This is not Lagavulin. I mean, it doesn't have that peat.
it's just a light touch on the peat. It's still got that
There was something in there.
fiery.
there
peaky.
was something
Yeah.
in there that I was like, huh. And
You're right.
it's like,
I can highlight it.
holy smokes. But when you said Lagavulin, I'm like, I can give you that, but I can't. I can't. Honestly, I could not say, oh, absolutely it is. But in the back of my head, that's what was going on in my mind was Lagavulin. And I'm like, no way. This cannot be a
I really
Lagavulin.
liked it. My only criticism was that, and they didn't start this year, it was like a year or two ago, they bumped up the price by $30 or $40 on the
Yeah. That's why I didn't buy
I can see that.
this
Yep.
year's or last year's release, 2024. Now that Lion's Fire, oh my gosh, from Lagavulin, the 12. Oh my gosh, that's phenomenal. I mean, I have just some left. I kick myself for not buying the backup.
Yeah, and it's, you know what, people have caught on to that one too, Anthony. So if you see it like on auction or something, or on a Facebook page or something where they sell it, people they bid it up pretty good because they know it's good. So it's
yes, it's good. And I will tell people if you find it for $175, I would pull the trigger on it at 175. If you find that Lion's Fire 12, the Lagavulin Lion's Fire 12, the limited release, this is the 2024 that we're drinking. And the reason why I didn't pull the trigger because it was sitting around that number, and I was skeptical, but it is darn good. But yeah, it had some of the properties that kept me thinking Lagavulin, but I'm like, no way. Hey, David, cheers, man.
They've been so hit and miss lately, though. Last year's was that tequila thing, which was shite, with the tattoos on it. Remember the bottle? The 12? Mm-hmm. And then that was 22 was, I'm not even sure I know what the 22 was. 21 was the Lion's Fire. Oh, 22 was the Phoenix. That's what the 22 was.
22 was Phoenix. 23 was Lion's Fire.
No, 21 was Lion's Fire.
Excuse me, 21 was Lion's Fire. Sorry.
23 was that goofy one with the tattoos on it. I think that was tequila or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was not. I had a taste of that. And I'm like, the tequila to me, that tequila finish or barrel is just like, no.
Yep, kind of a peppery note out of it.
Yeah,
smoky peppery.
They're doing that to that Booker's Reserve this year. They're putting in tequila.
Yeah, I saw
it's
that.
Like,
well, they
it's
can keep it.
Broke. Why are you fixing it? Just leave it as it is.
Yeah, keep it. Keep it. I still got the little book sitting up there that Marty already went through. That when I told him what I was buying, he said he had to have it, and so I dropped it off at his house when he was still in Tennessee.
You remember, Anthony, that thing, me and Dad and my brother-in-law killed that entire bottle that Thanksgiving. You remember that?
Yeah, I was just saying Thanksgiving or Christmas.
Sure did. My dad's a Booker. My dad's a Booker's nut. So when I showed up with Little Book, that was all she wrote.
Well, that same bottle is still sitting up there unopened.
Oh, wow.
It's still sitting up there unopened. Yep.
But
the tequila finishes just doesn't do it for me.
We'll know Rapture is around the corner when the Lagavulins is finished in an Ambarana cask.
Oh my gosh! I hope they don't do that. I mean, I do like the finish, but you could only drink a dram, maybe two, and you're good
Which
for a
log
minute.
is that, Mark?
You're good.
This is the Offerman 11-year one.
Okay.
Hey, Andrew. Cheers, brother. But yeah,
Greg, let me ask you something, Greg.
What's that?
Out of all these, before me and Mark and Anthony go through our favorites, of these four, which one is your favorite?
That's kind of tough.
It's you know what? It's tough because we got a Peter throwing in here. You know,
You got a Peter?
Beg your pardon.
well, like
got a
Anthony
Peter?
said, we got some TP in here somewhere. You know,
Okay. Well, I will
Trump-
say this. On these,
You know,
Mm.
when I poured them, I took a sip of them the day that I first tried, when I sent them out, like in February. I was kind of into the Kalila. I really enjoyed that because it was that unpeated Kalila. It cast strength, which is really
Yep.
good.
Yeah,
then,
really good, real fruity.
I had had it before, so I didn't take a sip of the Glengoyne. I've had I took a little one of the Ardbeg. It would probably have been
Lefroy.
I mean the Lefroy, and then I do enjoy that Lagavulin 12. I meant to tell you all that to leave them because that I think the log and the Kalila may have been the first pours out of them bottles. I mean, those are fresh. I meant to tell you to let them sit for 30 minutes or so, because those bottles, I think I cracked them when I did all the samples and everything like that. So you may want to just let it sit in that sample bottle and get a little bit of air, and it may change a little bit over time.
Hey, Brian. Cheers, brother.
When we first got on the stream, I went ahead and poured a little bit in each Glen and let that set while we were going through. And I think that helped. Well, I think my favorite was the Lefroy one.
I think.
I was going to say, I think mine was going to be C. Mm-hmm.
That's
That's a Lefroy.
That was a big surprise.
Right?
That was a big surprise.
Yeah, the Lefroy will freak you out. I mean, because they have all kinds of different finishes. You know, like the first one I ever tried from Lefroy was their 10, and it's, you know, kind of your Band-Aids and hate sort of thing. And I'm like, I don't know if I like this, you know. And then I got, who was it? Somebody had sent me a sample of Lefroy Glore, and that one was like, holy crap, I didn't think Lefroy would taste like that. Since then, I've had Elements and a few other different ones. And then the Cardis cask, those are phenomenal. Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Oh my yes, they're.
I think
really
tried that one. The one they did in Port Wine and Madeira from a couple years ago was real good too. It's just something you wouldn't expect from them to finish on it.
Yeah,
I think mine was a Glengoyne. I just love that one. I just keep going back.
Well, that Glengoyne was good, but that also threw me because I was drinking the Glengoyne 18 last night.
That one.
Yeah, that's last year.
Yeah. That's the Cat's Favors 10, and man, you talk about a tasty whiskey. Holy crap!
I think there's a lot of sherry in that one, Mark. Ain't there? Ain't that?
I think so. Yeah, it definitely comes across, and it's fairly high. It's a 52.4 ABV, so 104 proof. And it's really good. The other one I've got was the White Port and Madeira.
That's the one I was talking about. That's a good one too.
Yeah, that one there. That's a lot lighter color than.
I'm gonna have to grab a Lefroy here for a second. I'm gonna grab my Lore.
That PX cart just
that's
was hard
something.
to beat, though.
Yeah. I think Gunderson.
Remember when
Lefroy taste.
Greg, you remember about 2 years ago? I rolled into that store here when I lived in Garner, and they put like 2 cases of that cartridge PX out, and it was like 2 years old. Crazy.
That one was a really good one.
Who knows what the hell's in that damn warehouse?
So I got a couple of samples of Lord, I need to find a bottle of that.
Since
it's here, hey Mark, that bottle's here for $100.
Buy it.
I'd buy it for $100 for sure. That's good, and it really is. And Gunderson sent me a couple of different samples of the Elements. That's a really dang tasty pour too.
Yeah, there's a 1.0 and a 2.0 of those. I never tried either of them.
I got both of those.
Thanks for being Gunderstruck.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, see what Gunderstruck said? He goes, 25
like better,
be a take on the Lore.
Which did you like better, the 1.0 or the 2.0?
I don't know. I think I like the one.
I like
the one too.
It's a darker color than the two.
Yeah,
See
and
this nose.
I didn't see a lot of reviews on it. The only one I saw, and I don't know which one he did, was, remember Maury, Eric Maltmuser did one, and that's about 2 years ago, I think,
Yep.
the one he did.
Yeah, I think I like the one better than I do the two.
I don't know if does he even still do anything anymore, Marty?
Yeah.
Very little.
Oh yeah, Eric does.
But not a whole lot.
Okay.
55.
I need to call Daniel. I've not talked to Daniel for 3 or 4 months.
Well,
He'll comment on my stuff, but I need to call Daniel. I just need to call Daniel.
he was always in the chat on that channel too.
Yeah.
All right.
Daniel would
I
always
got
tell
I
me
got
when
the
Eric
war
was going.
board.
Yep.
Agreed
Okay,
on
as
her
soon as I
best, was
hit this to the nose, it doesn't scream Lefroy, but boom, I go there. I know I poured it out of the bottle, but that would, if this was a blind and I would smell that, Lefroy would start going tick, 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 tick.
Well, which one did I send you, Marty? The 16? That was in your face, Lefroy. Remember several months ago? I sent you a 16 sample.
Yep.
And that was like a Lefroy 2x4 to the face. There was no mistake in that one.
Yeah,
See?
it smacked you.
Now, I will say
I still
this.
live in Garner. Yeah, it'd knock you down. You're right.
That sounds like the beat that I need.
This is like B. This is like B. Or excuse me, C, the Lefroy.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm getting the medicinal note. It took a minute.
You getting a little iodine?
Yeah, but
When
not
Kevin
like
was-
C. C was not there in that pour of that Lefroy 10. That was not there.
Well,
Now in here, you have some of that quintessential Band-Aids and hate.
Yeah, and if you have some sample left, when you do them, they're all cast strength, so you might want to put a little bit of water in it next round you do of it just to see how it opens and changes, because
it does.
All of those are, I don't think there's one of those that's less than 55% ABV.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, a few drops of water definitely changes a little bit and helps. It brings out a lot more notes on the nose and the palate.
Well, I know I took a picture.
Wow.
But you don't want to put much water in it. You know, you just just a little, cap full, a few drops, whatever.
I didn't put any water in anything, but it's like, oh man. And now as this lore develops on the palate, and I think of C, it's like, maybe, could be.
I mean, when you're pouring them and you're drinking them, you see it. You automatically, oh yeah, that's whatever you're drinking, But when you're doing a blind like you are, you don't know,
Yeah.
No. And C, I would not have pegged as that. I mean, there were some small hints in retrospect, but not what you know Lefroy to be.
I was fortunate enough to get to try this back.
Hold on, Marty.
January.
There you go.
Oh, the 27-year-old. Wow.
Are you kidding me?
No, yeah, I'm no, that takes tire fire, Band-Aids. That doesn't exist here. I'm just telling you.
Well,
that was
7 years. I mean,
well, yeah, you got such sweet sugars and barrel notes, of course, from the age.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's one of those deals. It's kind of like when you try like William LaRue and kind of like some of the BTEC stuff, that kind of when it hits your palate, it hits a plateau and it just rides for a while, and then it just kind of dissipates. That's what that Lefroy did.
Yeah.
It didn't set you on fire. It just kind of just did its thing and said, "Okay, man, I'll see you later," and fell off.
What was the ABV on that, Marty?
Let's see. Of course,
unlike here, the longer
43 probably.
I can't see it. I've got my Glens in front of it.
The longer Scotch sits in the barrel, it loses alcohol, not water. It's kind of like the reverse here.
Yeah.
So I mean,
They've got the 30 year that I haven't broke down and tried yet, but
you'll see like a Lefroy 25 or something on sale, and it's cast strength at like 98 proof, and you're saying, well, how can it be cast strength? Well,
dude, that shit was $150 a pour. So, yeah, it's nice to have it around.
I went to one of my local bars and got a pour of last year's George T. Stag for $22.
Oh, hell yeah! Is that
That
what it
bottle
was?
would have been fucking empty when I left.
Yeah, 22 and 8. I mean, it was like 2 fingers in a rocks glass.
You should have went in with sample bottles.
I know. I thought I was going to go back. Oh shit! I didn't know. I should have brought a sample bottle with me and got 2 pours. Hey,
Mark, that's when you say, "Hey, man, you got a bottle of water? Go to the toilet, pour it out."
Yeah, exactly. I'll take 3 pours, please.
When they're having a whiskey shot sale, is it bad for them to go in with 2 sample bottles and a funnel?
Nah.
There's a really nice bar called the Pub in Southport we go to every year. We went 2 weeks ago, and they had the 2024 George T. Stag at 35 a pour, but they do 2-ounce pours.
As they should for that.
Yeah. And I did that. I did Michter's barrel proof rye. I did E.H. Taylor single barrel, did E.H. Taylor barrel proof. Jenny had a couple pours. We were there for about 3.5 hours, and our tab was $120.
Dang.
That's nice. Stealing. I mean, damn. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly stealing whiskey.
Hey, where was that place, Marty, that you went into that had the old granddad in a rocking chair dispenser?
Oh, that's Frankfurt Avenue Liquors in Louisville. On Frankfurt Avenue, yeah. I went, Kevin went, and then like 6 months later, I went up to do the picks with Jason, me and Darrell and Dan, Dusty. So you figure these 3 clowns sitting in there with that rocking chair thing for like $15 a pour. And I think it was like an 80. It was like an 82 or 81 bottle.
I was going to say, that's like the distiller stuff there. That's the good stuff.
We tried to buy the rest of the freaking bottle to take back to the pit crew. And the guy was like, man, he goes, I better not do it. And I said, you know what? It's cool, man. Share it with everybody else, because if it was a money thing, you could sell it right now, but we're good. Just,
Yeah,
that was a national distiller stuff. What was it at? Like 100 proof or what?
No, it wasn't the Bottled and Bond. It might have been the 86, Greg. It might have been the 86. I'd have to go back through my pictures. Or is it 86 or 82?
I thought it was 86.
I think it was 86. I have to go back through my pictures.
I've seen them very, very rarely, but there are like 4-liter bottles of Ardbeg out there that go for just ridiculous prices, because people not so much concerned, because I think it's like a 10, but it's like you just don't see a 4-liter Ardbeg.
No. It's freaking huge. Yeah. Holy crap. Yeah.
That's really a party pack right there.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a baby.
Yeah.
Oh, Ardbeg. I think that's a good idea. I can pour a little of that. Oh.
What's that one I bought? The last Ardbeg I bought was what? Something oak. It's upstairs, or I'd go get it. It was like a $60 bottle, and I thought it was very good for somebody that wanted to get into peat.
I think that wasn't that. I think that
Oak Select. Oak Select, Greg. That's what it was.
Yeah,
that's the one you need.
I think that rocking chair.
Not Ardbeg. I'm talking about lager.
Exactly.
I think that rocking chair one, Marty, was even more than a 1.75, wasn't it?
Yeah, it might have been.
I think it was like even bigger than 1.75. It was ridiculous.
I'll see what I can find here. I gotta go back.
Oh, well, sure. When I get off here, I'm gonna have to go outside and throw a fire off in my pit and get it smoking up a little bit.
Needless to say,
hold on a minute. This is one of the bottles that me and Darrell and
Dang.
That's 100 proofer.
That's the 100. Look at that damn shit at the bottom. We ended up killing it.
Looking.
That's the good stuff. That's like the stuff when you cook a ham that's at the bottom of the roasting pan, man. That's the best
No
stuff.
kidding.
Heck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was 2022. And then Greg will get a kick out of this picture. God damn, you talking about smelling like a foot. Hang on.
A little bit of a glare.
God damn. It'll work.
We can't see it.
Hold on. It'll work here in a second, maybe.
Yep.
That's Mark and Sherry. Sorry.
Oh.
Oh,
Greg knows what I'm talking
gotcha.
about. God damn, she stunk.
Since I got my pit set up finally, so
Go on, Mark. We'll be here.
new grill. I had to put a new grill in it, and I put the counterweighted top on it now. So I'm gonna fire that thing up today, and then next week I'm cooking up a brisket and probably like 4 or 5 pork butts. No live wire whisking. I don't know. 4 liters of Ardbeg. Of course, that's what you need. Everybody needs a 4-liter bottle of Ardbeg. Come on.
I need to send you this picture to you guys.
Oogie.
I love having these open and poured for an hour or so and going back to them, and then everything changes on the nose. That's just freaking cool, man.
Well,
One of the best things I love about one of the best things I love about some of the peated stuff is, pouring it in the Glen that night, sitting down and enjoying that, and then just leave that Glen set out. And then the next day, come back and grab that same Glen that's got just like a little bit of brown at the very bottom there, where it's all everything's evaporated out. Then give that a nose. You're like, oh my gosh. It's like straight up campfire and everything else, just all in your face.
There's one of those bottles I just sent you a picture of. I was talking about. I just texted you. A 4.5 liter Oogie.
God almighty.
I need to be standing up next to a person to get the right size on that.
Yeah, that's called a lifer. That's called a lifer.
Remember in the old days when you used to be able to try to sneak a bottle?
4.5 liter Oogie.
Yeah, sneak a bottle of whiskey into the concert. What
is the price on this sucker? I want one of those.
I think it was 999 pounds.
Holy crap. Well, I don't want it for that much then.
No.
I'll get the regular normal size bottle.
It's just because of the side mark. It's a collector's item for this. They probably put out a handful of those every year.
Yeah, geez.
That is
massive. Holy crap.
That's right, Ben. Try to get it in your travel bag. I like it.
You carry on. It'd be all right. It's a baby.
Well, you could try to put it down in front of your pants, but then you'd be arrested for imitating Jimmy Russell.
Is that a bottle of Arcade, or are you just happy to see me?
I've got to check the plumbing. I'll be right back. Woo, this is going through me quick.
Is that a 4.5 liter, or are you just doing a bad Jimmy Russell impersonation?
Yeah.
You're right.
Ask for Ben.
Just think what that thing would weigh, too. Can you imagine
that?
Yeah.
Hey, you would want one of those old school, the rocker pour sort of things, Remember those?
Mm-hmm. You know, the crazy thing about that, Mark? In traditional Scottish, they actually give you a box to go with that. Did you see that?
Exactly.
I mean, don't be uncivilized. Your 4.5 liter comes in a box.
Yeah, really. You got it uptown even. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, Oogadal is one of my favorite Ardbegs that they put out as far as their core line stuff. The 10 is nice. It's a nice light, daily kind of a sipper Ardbeg, peated. But the Oogie, man, that one, it's got that barbecue brisket burn in kind of a smoke to it.
It does too.
I like that one.
That much glass and fluid. You think 25 pounds? That bottle in the glass and the fluid, 25 pounds, the weight of that thing?
Oh, yeah, probably, yeah. Yeah, exactly. That would be, definitely a centerpiece on your shelves, and it would definitely have to go on the top shelf because that's the only place you would have room for that huge of a bottle.
Yeah, it's you don't buy that to drink it. It's a collector's thing because they make so few of them.
You don't buy it to drink, please.
Well,
everything I buy to drink. All these bottles you see around me, every one of them's open. I buy it because I want to drink it and share it with other people.
You probably initially buy it for the conversation piece, and then you get all hammered.
Look, I agree with Mark.
I would drink that bottle of Ookie. I would.
I agree with Mark because he doesn't know. He could walk out of his house into his yard, get run over by an armadillo,
possibly
get knocked unconscious with a concussion, and never wake up, and then have bottles he didn't open.
Oh, there he goes. Have you tried that yet, Marty?
Oh yeah, he's got liquid out of that.
I have a few bottles that are unopened below me here, but they're backups. It's what they are.
You're right. You know what, Anthony? You're right. You never know. I mean, you could get the wife mad, and she could bust a cap in your ass.
They'll get you when you're sleeping. They have no scruples. So, Marty, you're doomed. That's for sure.
Say it again. You talking to me? I didn't hear it.
Wife says, or Greg said, the wife, they'll get you. And I go, yeah, they'll get you when you're sleeping. And I said, Marty, you're doomed. That's it. Exactly.
Everybody knows that universal sign. You're done.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Mm-hmm. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's like I told Ken one time. You know when you're really in trouble is they don't say anything at all to you. Then you're in the shit. That's when you know when you get the cold shoulder, man, you are deep in the shit.
Yep, honey.
And do you speak from experience, Greg?
Well,
I think he's been married longer than all of us.
We've all been there. It's like, why don't you just beat the shit out of me and get it over with? I'd rather have that.
I've only been married for
you never know
22 years, something like that.
Fuck, my anniversary's tomorrow.
27.
I'm not making that up.
Oh, 27. Actually. Okay, so you got me.
14 here.
14. Okay.
And you're still alive, Marty? That woman's a saint.
Isn't she something?
She really is. I mean, how many opportunities has she had?
She's just waiting, Anthony, for the right time to cash in on the insurance policy.
Yeah, but my mom and dad, they were married for over 50.
I'm at 41 this year.
My parents are at 55.
Nice. I don't remember where mine finished off at because my dad passed a few years ago. But they were over 50. I remember going to Kentucky. And
congrats, Donner Pass.
Selling
damn right.
Theirs.
Eric Gunderson, bless her heart. Eric's wife is
telling you what.
I have met Miss Gunderstruck, and she is a special lady.
Mm-hmm. Well, nice. Eric will tell you the same thing.
Well, Eric might tell you for a different reason, but I know how much she puts up with.
Tiff.
I'm just kidding, Eric.
You know what? I got to have a pour.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Who am I? I'm not lying here. No, we're straight up whiskey. Mm-hmm. 2 things that don't lie: drunk people and yoga pants and toddlers. 3. Now that I think about it.
I'm going to tell you what. I've seen some people in yoga pants, and there ought to be a law against it.
Dude, we went out for dinner last night for our anniversary because Monday night's not a good night, and there was this damn girl in there And this place just opened, and it's 5-star whiskey related bar, food and everything. And this damn girl came in. I'll have to send you the picture, or I can show it in a minute, or or not. I'd rather not, because it was absolutely disgusting. She had these damn look like volleyball shorts, and where the fold of your leg and your ass happens, it had about an inch. It had about. Just listen,
Marty.
Listen, if you have one timeout left to burn and you want to burn it now, I'll stop. But
the last time I saw Anthony make that face, he sipped on some Long Branch.
Exactly.
I mean, it was so bad that I wanted to tell the manager, like, did y'all see this come in? And they didn't, because she had a jacket on. And she kept, anyway, long story short, me and Jenny had a nice night regardless. So there you go.
That's nice.
Just like John Krantz. People are crazy. Aren't they, John?
Of course, John.
John,
you had to. I mean, it's like one of those, it's like the commercial with the coons in the dumpster. Oh, you're gonna try
the trash pandas.
Yeah, it's like burnt hair and chocolate or something.
Yeah, you're right.
This one.
Then Greg had to go bring up Long Branch.
David Bay's in the house.
He's been here.
Yeah, he was here early.
Sorry, I just saw his comment. Holy shit, Richie! See, that's amazing.
Cherry cast on this thing, Anthony. It's pretty dark.
Cheers to Richie.
Oh, I know,
man.
I know. A lot of people overlook Old Paul.
Plus, it was on clearance.
Clarence,
1995.
He used to come over to the house and eat chicken shit.
Yeah.
Oh, Clarence.
Yeah. All right, I got to get myself a last pour of the night here. So what am I going to have?
Out. Whoa. What do you mean last bullshit?
Well, I'm at 6:30. I'm gonna cut it off and
I got a meeting. I'm gonna go to what is it? 9:30.
Yeah.
Time for your AA meeting?
I don't want Greg to be up too late when the orderly comes and drags him away.
It's lights out at 9:30 at the home. You know how that works.
That's right.
If I don't, if you don't have your light out, they take away your morning pudding.
That's right. And you don't get your weekly colon cleansing.
That's true.
Hey, Tom, cheers.
Cool.
Hey, you're here. That's all that counts. But you missed Marty's story about shorts in a restaurant. And you're lucky. Yeah. It was a visual you don't want.
Yeah, it was devastating for me. So.
And if you ask him, he'll show you a picture, but don't ask him.
I know. The more I thought about it, Anthony, no, I'm not.
Well, we all appreciate that. Now, hold on.
Welcome.
Let me.
I'll tell you what. I will show you a good picture, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So here, we'll highlight Marty so he can show you all a picture.
Hang on here. So maybe that. There's a good one from last night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but you're in it.
Yeah, I am in it. So, yeah, take that for what it's worth.
Yeah, you're good. So you said it was a good one.
Yeah, so anyway. Hey, Greg, I tell you where we went. We went to the Crunkleton that just opened in Raleigh.
How was it?
There's one in Charlotte.
Well, I thought I thought the one in Raleigh's been open for a while.
No, there's one in Chapel Hill.
Oh, okay.
That one's got all the freaking killer dusty bottles, the turkeys from the 70s and 80s and shit. He's working on getting that here. He just hasn't yet.
You say Crumpleton?
Crunkleton. Crunkleton.
Okay.
You said it right, Mark. Yeah. So quick story about this guy. Greg knows the story because we're thankful for Gary. back before I moved to Raleigh, we would go to Asheville, North Carolina, when we lived in Tennessee. It was like an hour and 10 minutes. We knew this speakeasy bar there that used to have all these phenomenal old dusty Elijah Craig barrel proofs, all this stuff.
Yep.
And I never understood, how in the hell did y'all get this? You're an ABC state. This makes no sense. Why do you have it and nobody else does?
Yeah.
And they told me there the story about this guy named Gary Crunkleton.
Okay.
What I did.
Hey, Anthony, that's welcome to the Gastonia Walmart.
Oh, I thought that was you.
Is that a drag race? Actually, just curious, just trying to figure out.
I think they were hauling ass.
They had to make two trips.
But quick, to finish the story, Greg Crunkleton went to the ABC board of North Carolina and said, "Hey, man, your rules are making us fall so far behind the rest of the country because we are a travel state. We have the beaches, we have all these beaches and destinations that people go to, and we can't keep up with the liquor. We're not being competitive." So he worked out the law to where he could buy secondary bottles that are 20 plus years old and have them come in and put a tax stamp on it of $2 to get their money. So anybody in North Carolina that owns a bar or restaurant, if they want to fight and go get those bottles, like the place in Asheville did and Gary has done, that's how it works in North Carolina.
That's awesome.
Well, that's the only way you're going to get them bottles. They ain't on the shelves.
Exactly.
No.
Yeah. You can't go to the ABC store and say, "Hey, I want a 2001 Elijah Craig." They ain't got it, so he's got to buy it secondary.
Yep. Well, that's cool though. I mean, I'm glad that he took the initiative and did that. You know,
it's messed up because ABC should know that ahead of time. He shouldn't have had to go to them.
I know.
That's how stupid
we got some Arcadian freaking laws down here in Texas, about around whiskey and whatnot. Oh,
I know.
Ice cream.
You love that. That's the last pour for Anthony. I like it.
Well,
Yes, Thomas. Right.
I just wanted something. And I looked over and I said, I haven't had any ice cream tonight. So, and I haven't opened the backup yet.
100% Oloroso 15-year-old.
That was one of the bottles on sale, I think, the picture, wasn't it, Marty?
Nice, Yoda.
What is that?
Wasn't that one of the bottles on clearance they had when I sent you that picture?
It might have been.
You should buy it. Let me know what it's on clearance for. If it's $19.95, I want a couple bottles.
Yeah, it was $20 a bottle. I'll take two myself.
Yeah,
two,
at least.
What's it retail for, Anthony?
Out here, it's still at about $99. So $100,
$89.
Yeah,
you saw it for $60, Greg.
Yeah,
buy it. If you can buy it for $60, anybody, you can find Glenmorangie Tail of Cake for $60. You buy that and buy two.
Not ice cream.
Those ice cream.
Or, excuse me, tail of ice cream. Yeah. God, I got tail of cake on the brain. I need to send y'all a couple of pictures of one of the local specs that are around here by me. I went in there thinking, it's just a specs. I'll check it out. And because I normally go to the Total Wine that's down the road from there. And I walked into the specs and they had a huge aisle of scotch. I mean, there's stuff I've never even seen before. So I'm like, I don't even know what to buy, And then they had the Kilkerran. He had that. I bought the Ugadal, and then like 2 or 3 other bottles. I walked out there like, I spent like $500. Oh yeah, it's not hard to do.
No, it's not. I mean, most of the Scotch bottles are anywhere from 40 to 110, 120ish, somewhere in that range. Mm-hmm. It's not hard. I got a Compass Box Orchard House. Picked that up there too.
Love that.
Yeah, that's a good bottle. That's tasty. It's not peaty, but a fine tasting whiskey for sure.
It really is. It really is.
I think this one, Anthony, was on clearance too. This was $49.99 plus tax.
There you go. I got one of those. The old Putney.
The 15?
12 year? Oh, you got the 15. Okay. I got the 12.
Overlook that brand, but it's a good whiskey.
I think it was 40. I think it was 89, and it was like 42%, whatever it is. She marked it down to like 49.
Jeez.
Yeah, you got to buy it for
Heck yeah.
$50.
And I don't
I
know
mean-
if ABC store could do that, but they can, because if no one's buying it, I guess you got to get rid of it one way or another.
Yep.
Mhm.
They did that probably 3 years ago. This store in Belmont, they had it 50%. They were selling Kilhoman's like Sanic and Machier Bay for
Yeah.
half. It was like buy one get one.
Wow. Holy crap.
Oh.
I walked out with like 5 bottles.
Oh yeah, I would have too. Holy shit! I love. That's one of my favorite distilleries. Really, I mean, granted they're fairly young, but they're
Kilhoman's
putting out
good.
some really good whiskey.
100%. 100%.
Oh yeah, Kill
I
Homan
saw
is
that,
good.
I bought everyone they had. And I think they had a is hedonism a compass box?
Mm-hmm.
That was like almost 50% off.
Wow, definitely buy that.
They had a Glen Roth's Distiller's Cut or something like that, which is 50% ABV. That was 50% off. See what I walked out with like 7 or 8 bottles. I pretty much went to the shelf. It was half off.
Yeah, exactly. You can't beat that.
I think those those Kilhomans were like $28 a bottle.
Oh my god.
It was half off.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
Jeez.
And you're laughing like, is this real?
Well, if you need to get rid of a couple bottle of that, go home and let me know.
Okay. That's when you see that and you tell the person behind the counter, hand me a box.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
I'm walking out with a box.
Mm-hmm.
I went into one of the
Yeah.
local specs down here, actually in Bastrop, and they have a bunch of different Kilhoman. They have different picks and stuff, and I got a couple of those. But then I walked around the corner and they had Springbank 10, and what the way they work here is, if you buy one, it's like $85. If you buy 2 or more, they drop like $10 off the price. So I'm like, okay, twist my arm, I'll buy 2.
Take my money.
Yeah. So I got 2 bottles of Springbank 10 for like $75 a bottle. I'm like,
Shit.
that's
Yeah.
not bad.
That's like, I think the cheapest they are around here is 99 plus.
Oh wow.
And that's if you can find them. I mean,
Yeah, exactly. If you see them around, like Total Wine, they'll have it occasionally, but it's pretty much gone that day when they put it on the shelf.
The few stores that actually have a decent Scotch collection, the 15s and the 18s, even though I think the 15s now are like close to 200, and I think the 18s are like 260, 280, somewhere in there. Even at that, they still go. If you ain't there when they put them on the shelf, within a day they're gone.
Yeah. The only ones I have right now are the 10, and then I got the 12 cast strength. That's really good too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I have one from a couple years ago. I just got lucky when I was over there, and they put it on a shelf. And I have one. I can't remember what. Maybe a 2021 Springbank.
Okay.
That's a what?
Damn.
A Springbank 12? Is it the cast strength of 12? I think.
Yeah,
Yep.
12 is like that. Well, they got 12 regular and they got a 12 cast strength, and then they had a 15. And it's one store I saw it when I was out in Colorado, and I picked up the 10 and the 12 cast strength. That was probably 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think the 15 are all sherry casks.
Oh, okay.
I think
That would be good. I like a sherry
right.
cask.
I've got a 15 from 2016,
Wow, that's ancient.
but I
You
haven't
still got
cracked
an
it yet.
old.
Yeah.
You still got an old green and black box 10 somewhere, don't you?
Yeah, but but the 15 is in the old blue and black box, I guess.
Okay.
Yep, found them at the same store.
Well, that's like you never know. I mean, there was a gas station with a little liquor store in South Carolina, probably had 400 500 square foot inside, a little dump. And he had like 3 or 4 paper label Jack Daniels, or not Jack Daniels, but Wild Turkeys on the floor from like 2018 for like $30.
Sheesh.
That's I told the kid, just give me a box. I took all of them. You just never know.
You
just never know what it's worth your time to go in them little holes in the wall because you never know what you're going to find.
Oh, you never know. You can't turn them
You
down.
know, when I go in these little hollow walls now, whenever I'm in Tennessee or whatever, I look for the LLMEs of the
Ooh, nice.
the Russell's tins, just in case.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
time to go pig hunting.
There you go.
Yeah, you're not going to
Get some good ham and bacon.
Damn right, Mark.
Mm-hmm.
That one's a little bit too big.
Won't fit in the freezer.
No. When you get that big down here, they start smelling pretty bad. And
Don't they sour,
the meat
Mark?
smells pretty bad.
Don't they sour?
Yeah,
Aren't they a little sour?
they're stinky, and the meat tends to smell like they smell. So it's not edible. It's not good. Now you can capture his butt and then put him in a pen and feed him like corn and stuff like that for a couple of months, and get it back to a normal pig. But
Yeah.
right now he's over there destroying stuff and eating up all the corn for the deer.
You know what? Speaking of which, let me see if I still can send it here.
There was about 4 deer there earlier before he showed up that was eating on that corn. Does though.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have real big deer down here. I'm used to Kentucky with a normal size. If you kill a deer up in Kentucky, field dress it, you probably wind up with about 200 pounds. Down here, same thing. They're a lot smaller. Not granted, they're not as small as like Florida deer, key deer.
There's a video I just sent you. The corn I put out in the backyard. They come out from the woods behind the house. I think there's a doe, a couple fawns.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Can't see. There we go.
Well,
Anthony, if you need to go, call it.
I'm going to.
Real pleased with me feeding the deer.
Dinner will be
as soon as they eat my corn and everything, they probably go over and eat their shrubs and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. They do. They love them. But all right. Well, I'm going to call it because I know my dinner's going to be on the table in about 15 minutes.
Good deal, buddy. Thanks for having me.
Because it's 6:32 here. But anyway, Greg, again, thank you.
Yeah, buddy.
I mean it. Thank you. Looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, I have to come up with a little bit of a different.
Well,
this was kind of like.
We have to admit, these whiskeys were a surprise.
Yep.
Yeah, they really were.
These whiskeys were a surprise.
Every one of them was very, very, very tasty.
Well, I'm glad y'all
enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
Next time, send us the good shit. Quit messing around.
Quit
trying to damn drain pour this stuff between us three. I mean, shit, you're better than that.
Mark, you and Anthony will be getting your hand delivery in a little bit. Marty is.
This was really a flight that I went, holy smokes. I mean, the Ardbeg was probably the biggest one that made me go, holy shit.
I agree.
The Lagavulin, it was in the back of my mind that, boy, this has got some of the characteristics, but the peat wasn't there.
Hey, Anthony.
And I was like, there's no way. The Lagavulin, I didn't catch.
Anthony?
I did not catch at all. And I was like, holy shit.
Hey, Anthony, 2 things. 1, we didn't have any Ardbeg. 2, the room next to me is opening up next week. If you want to move into the home, I can save you the room by me. You mean your type, the Lafroy?
Well, I'll help you get rid of that floor whiskey.
There you go.
Yeah. That way you won't kick it over, and then they won't know you're trying to leave the room. That alerts the orderly before he comes back. And
we're going to be there for. If that's the case, we're going to be there for a while.
Yeah. So there we go.
Oh, I'm with you, James Morgan. I'm hunting all those bottles for sure.
Which is that, Mark?
James said he's going to be hunting at Koala.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
If you,
That Kalila is amazing.
And you know what else is good too is the. I think Ken has it, but he hasn't opened it yet. Is the 2024 Oban with all the flowers and stuff on it?
Oh,
that's another good one.
Okay.
I forget what it's called, but Orchard or something like that. But it's got the floral imprint on the 2024 tin that comes in. That's a good one too.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
All
right,
peace,
everybody.
Y'all. Cheers.
Yep.
I appreciate you all. Thank you very much. Look forward to seeing you again next weekend. Have a good week, everybody. Cheers.
Cheers, everyone.
Whiskey may not solve your
Thank you.
problems, but worth a shot.
It is. Cheers.
Well,
And he's gone.
guess we can hang out.
Yeah, I got to do a report in a little bit, but I'll have another pour. So, what do you want to do? I have one more.
Oh, wait a minute. We're still live on. We're
Hey,
still live on stream.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, how do you like that, Marty?
This is what happens
Hold on a
sometimes.
minute, I'll tell you in a second. I just had it sitting.
Oh,
This is just
that
what
the
happens
first you
on live.
cracked it?
Yeah, I got
Okay.
home so late last night.